I'm Monica Harris, nee Gluckman. I grew up in Muizenberg and I've married from there. I still remember very, very many stories about Muizenberg. But I would like to introduce you to my mother's wedding picture, because I feel that this picture was rather remarkable, because my mother, her parents and her grandparents and her mother's sisters and their husbands all came from Latvia via America to South Africa. This is a very interesting picture of my mother and father's wedding in 1914, which took place in Kimberley. What interests me very much is the fact that my mother had her parents and her grandparents, and my grandmother's two sisters and their husbands, who all emigrated from Latvia via America to South Africa. My father, who also came from Latvia, brought out his sister and also came from Latvia and met my mother in Kimberley, and they were married. In this picture, there on the left-hand side is a lady called Amalia Khan. She had a boarding house in Muizenberg in Holland Road. When she passed away in 1933, she bequeathed my mother the contents of the boarding house, which enabled my mother to come down to Muizenberg and start a holiday home, holiday hotel, boarding house, whatever you like to call it, in Muizenberg. She first started with Barnbogel, which was a big stone house in Holland Road. And later she got accommodation in Hillcote. Hillcote, which was J.B. Robinson's private home. And we remained there for 10, 11 years, running a kosher boarding house. There are many, many memories of that time, because I was there, I was living there, I was part of the whole history of Hillcote. In this picture is a gentleman called Johnny Weinbach. He is just behind my father there. Okay. And he was my mother's, well, it was second cousin, because my grandparents were the cousins to his mother. But my mother and they were very close. And he also lived in Muizenberg, which you'll see the whole story with, that's Leonard. Right. My father's name was David, my mother's name was Rose. My grandparents sitting next to my mother was Marcus and Fanny Levinson. My grandmother's parents were Jacobson, Minnie and Coleman Jacobson. Annie Jacobson and Coleman Jacobson were, strangely enough, they were cousins, but they were married, no children. Amalia Khan and Herman Khan, my grandmother's other sister, no children. My father's sister, Lena Sussman, she was Lena Gluckman, and Aaron Sussman. Dora Levinson, my mother's sister, was Dora Israchovitz. My mother's brother, Louis Levinson, was born in America. Lily Levinson, my aunt, was born in Kimberley, and so was Harold Levinson. Now, Kimberley Levinsons were both chemists, and Louis and his wife, Betty, were very friendly with Geraldine's parents, Noel and, can't for the moment her name, Kretzmer. Right, now we went through all, now the only one was this one. Now she was a cousin, another cousin, Pearlie Jacobson, was a cousin of Harry. That's the whole family.
Where in Latvia were they from?
Either Tarsen, Tukum, and of course Riga.
Yes.
I've got some pictures of
Okay.
some of them. They came at the turn of the century.
Yes.
My father must have come at about 1905, 1906.
Okay.
Right. And this was 1914.